the lead with 1 to go.
3 Chevys and 1 Ford. And it doesn't matter now. Your friends are where you find them. And from hanging out back, Carl Edwards.
I'll tell you, I don't know if they can catch them. What we've seen today, 2 cars get that big a lit run on them. I don't know that the 39 and the 88 can catch them.
They're in the draft of Edwards and Keselowski.
It's all over you here, just you and him.
Carl Edwards restarted 8th.
If that 09 can stay hooked to the back of that 99, it's going to be hard to get him. It's going to be close right here at the line.
Can Keselowski try to win it?
I don't know. I don't think he can step out until he waits till the last second and picks up.
He goes to the outside. Is Edwards going? Oh, no! He turns him.
No!
Oh, and that destroyed the front end of Newman's car.
No!
Edwards will not make it to the flag.
Oh.
Brad Keselowski won this race.
Unbelievable.
Carl Edwards' car destroyed, and Junior's protege, Keselowski, the winner, and Carl Edwards is moving around and ready to climb out.
This year, Paul Wolf never been to victory lane as a Sprint Cup Series crew chief.
White flag. Do you have enough fumes to get to the finish line?
Well, he's got enough lead. Doesn't have to worry about that.
3.5, 3.4, 3.3. 3.2.
Guy looks like
Earnhardt's coming.
He looks like he's crawling there. I swear he's not going very fast at all.
3 seconds.
If he can get in here and if he can get this thing headed toward the start finish line.
Half a mile to go. 2.9.
You can coast from there. You can shut it off and coast.
2.8. Brad Keselowski survives and wins in Kansas.
We finally caught a break, Paul. Awesome call, man.
Betting on the race restarting after the rain shower. When it did, they stayed on the track, got the track position. Keselowski got the lead after Kyle Busch had to fight off Jimmy Johnson on a late restart, and the white flag is up. There's 1 lap to go.
Looks like Jimmy's going to get by Kurt Busch. Still side by side. Boy, the position that this will put Brad Keselowski in, he's inside the top 20 with this, and then having 2 victories. He's still got a long way to go, though. He's got to go through the tunnel turn and turn 3. Yeah, but I like my chance with him. See Kurt Busch fighting back with Jimmy here. They touch coming down the back straightaway.
That could get ugly.
It's getting ugly.
It's getting ugly. Wow, that's a high-speed part of the racetrack to be doing that.
Maybe a crossover move coming right here. Yep. Or into the rear bumper, one of the 2. See Jimmy's car smoking.
Maybe he's got a little fender damage in on a tire. While up front, the story of this one is going to be the young man who came back from a terrible crash on Wednesday of this week and has gutted out a win at Pocono Raceway as Kyle Busch tries off the final corner. He'll come up 1 spot short. How about Brad Keselowski winning at Pocono? Brad Keselowski 1 lap away from a win at Bristol. Truex and Gordon trying to chase him down. Do they get a break in traffic? Or does the Blue Deuce roll to Bristol's victory lane again? Gordon 1 more bid for second, but it's not going to be enough to catch Brad Keselowski. He wins at Thunder Valley. What a remarkable run in the summer of 2011 for the young man from Michigan.
Maybe Carl Edwards between Keselowski and the finish line.
White flag in the air. 1 to go.
Here clear. 5 back. You wait a minute. You're nervous. No worries. Got plenty of fuel.
Dale Jr. off the pace. And here comes Brad Keselowski for Roger Penske. 5th career Sprint Cup victory in 93 starts. Keselowski wins the Food City 500.
Nice job, man. Great drive. Watch on the outside there. Here they come.
Look
the 2
at the
and
run.
the 18.
Keselowski in the 2. Look at the run. He's getting there with that push from Kyle Busch.
Did Matt Kenseth get too far out in front, or is he setting up for this? The last lap as they come to the line, 1 to go.
Well, you don't want to lead on the last lap, but I'm not sure that that's going to work out the way Matt thought it was when this is the white flag lap.
Junior up the outside, somebody steaming. In that pair, it's Kyle Busch, Casey Kane.
And the problem, Matt, he's got no help. He's all by himself.
But think about Kyle Busch. He lost the race yesterday by leading coming back to the checkered flag.
And also
Think about the move in the drive over here.
Right.
Think about your...
It's a 2-horse race. Clint Boyer's gone Stanley Steamer. up in turn number 3.
Hey, boys.
A car length apart, Kyle Busch from Keselowski.
It ain't over yet. Remember that start-finish line.
I don't think he's close enough, Darrell. I don't think he's close enough.
Brad Keselowski pulling away. It's all happening behind him, and Keselowski for the second time will go to victory lane in Talladega.
Casey, when you look at it from that perspective, because this was a place, if he would have been in the right position,
Points-wise, it doesn't matter.
Points-wise, it doesn't matter, but a W in the column would have put him in the chase.
Final lap for Brad Keselowski. Onto the back straightaway, trying to save fuel.
Tell me, please. Plenty of room, you can coast around.
He's feeling good now.
Great job by Brad.
Brad Keselowski going to become the first driver to get the hat trick in 2012.
Come get this flag. We'll exchange it for another one, bud.
His
Here you
third
go.
win of the year coming at Kentucky.
Great job, Paul. Great job, everybody. Hard work equals results. Y'all did it. I know it's been a hell of a weekend with a lot of work, but this is what you get when you work hard, guys.
There we go, and I think we actually captured it.
Yeah, here we got it. Is it Miller time yet?
It's about one more lap till Miller time, Brad.
White flag is up. Brad Keselowski
No worries from behind.
led the second most laps in this race. Jimmy Johnson started on pole and dominated much of the event. Brad, the guy who led the second most laps, but was trailing Jimmy Johnson heading into the final pit stops, and he made up a 1.1 second deficit to wrestle the lead away from the 5-time champ coming off the pit lane, and he's pulled away from there. Fourth win of the season, chase win number 1, Chicagoland to Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, great job, everybody. Great job. I'm proud of you, everybody. Thank you, thank you.
In the Gordon's charge at the finish. 1 lap to go. Does the 2 have enough fuel to make it around this monster mile 1 more lap?
Still pulling.
They're going to play the strategy just right and get another win in 2012. Brad Keselowski wins at Dover. Now on a night when they had some problems during the evening,
white flag.
they found a way to overcome.
White flag right here.
And 1 lap from now, Keselowski could get his first win of this season. Martin Truex on pit road on this last lap as Matt Kenseth fights for second with Casey Kane. The championship, they're going to play to a draw tonight here in Charlotte. And for the first time in a long time, a non-chaser's going to win a race. Brad Keselowski takes the checkered flag after a terrific late fight in Charlotte.
But here they come off turn number 4. And the white flag will be waving with Keselowski half a second behind. All right, which lane? Junior up high, Keselowski middle.
But
down low.
he knows he keeps getting that good run on the high side off of 2.
But Keselowski closer.
Oh, he's out.
He's got the lap, then Junior is out of gas.
3/4 of a lap. You're out.
Oh,
It's back running though. It's back running. It's probably not. It's going to keep surging on him.
Yeah.
and Brad Keselowski comes off the corner. Hole in one for the captain. Checkered flag for Keselowski.
Wow.
What a weekend.
Wow.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. did have enough to make it back and finish second.
And Earnhardt now has 3 top 2 finishes in a row to start this season.
And what I'm saying, a great job is, A, the engine has held together, but he's absolutely running this thing wide open around the racetrack to keep up the momentum to keep plugging along.
Final lap for Brad Keselowski. Started on the pole, 6th time in his career, but he has never won from the pole in his Sprint Cup career. When Brad won here in 2012, he led 68 laps. Tonight, he simply took him behind the woodshed, leading 199 of 267. Brad Keselowski wins it at Kentucky.
Hell yeah, guys. This feels like championship form to me. Keep doing this.
Now he tries to finish the deal. sees the white flag, and the next one will end it. It would be the 4th straight win for Ford this season. They haven't won 4 in a row since all the way back in 2001.
I don't know how they're not wrecking behind them right now.
And 2 of those victories going to belong to Brad Keselowski. He dominates again.
Thank you for services. Thank you very much, Paul. You're spoiling me. Good job, buddy. Hell of a
Career
job.
win for Brad Keselowski here in New Hampshire.
I've seen here, just amazing. It takes me back to probably when Jeff Burton won at New Hampshire with leading all the laps up there.
Well, this is actually the greatest percentage of laps led in a race since that win from Burton at New Hampshire. Final half a lap for Brad Keselowski. He will have led 383 of 400 laps, becomes the leading winner of this season. 4th victory of the year for Brad Keselowski. He'll be the #1 seed in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
Good job, buddy. Great job. 400, man. Good job, Paul. Awesome job, guys. Heck of a performance again. Awesome job out there, Brad. Guys in the pits tonight. Everyone back in the shop, man. This is fun. It's a good way to get started here next week.
This crew team, after having to come back for a loose lug nut.
And we're in the final lap. A lot of folks talked about Hendrick versus Penske for this championship, the speed and the number of wins that those 2 teams have amassed this season. Here's the driver and team that won the most races in the 26 to get into the chase, coming to win the opener of the championship. Just as he did in the year he won the title, Brad Keselowski wins at Chicagoland.
His teammate blowing up with the checkered flag, but he's going to finish 4th.
That's where the piece that I saw of trash wound up lodged. We just didn't have a chance to go back and look at it with all the great racing.
Let's left his teammate out there all alone, though.
To the white flag, Ryan Newman to the outside of Keselowski. Newman leads at that line. Who leads at the next one?
But you got to get back to the front because a caution could happen and you could be out of luck. Keselowski really doesn't have the help that he's going to need to win this race.
And he must win it.
But he's in good shape now because Newman has no push.
Here comes Landon Castle behind Matt Kenseth, behind Brad Keselowski.
But watch Kenseth, he can still make a move.
Landon Castle to the outside, tri-oval, sprint to the checkered flag. Who wins? Brad Keselowski wins it at Talladega.
Is going to eat his lunch. Here he comes, baby.
1 to go. Next flag ends the race. And here it is, front straightaway. Greg Biffle crashes with the white flag out. Now here come the leaders. Biffle sitting in the middle of the racetrack. The yellow has not yet flown.
Even if it does, right now the 2 is out front, and he is driving away from Kurt Busch in the 41 and Kevin Harvick in the 4.
And Biffle is driving away.
Let him race.
Finish this under green.
Let him race. Here they come.
Boy, Kurt Busch made a run. It's not going to work there.
He got right to the back bumper of Keselowski.
No, correct. Easy.
Bad Brad wins in California.
And guess who finished second? 4 got second. Just got to get off turn 4, get down here and get the white flag.
White flag.
1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
You see Brad Keselowski navigating through lap traffic. Clean track ahead.
Here comes Logano. He's going to make a pass on the 18 going into turn 3 if he can make it stick.
Brad Keselowski off turn number 4 for his 18th Sprint Cup win. Keselowski to the checker, down on the apron. It's Logano second, Johnson third by inches over Kyle Busch.
To get a run. I'm going to imagine the 18's going to back up.
Don't forget that 35 car, David Gillen running
Don't forget
third.
the 3 car.
The white flag waves, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Holy smoly.
Payne to the bottom, trying to get something going. No help.
Kurt Busch just had a big moment, lost a lot of momentum.
He's going up high.
Chase Elliott to the middle.
He's going to get a run here. Here comes the 3 car, going to try to give the 18
Chase Elliott breaks out of the pack, up to 4th place.
Yeah, but he didn't get clear. He needed to get up in front of that 1 car. I just don't think anybody's going to be able to get enough momentum to get a big enough push to get by this 2. This is the best thing going to happen to him, is them getting side by side behind him.
Just remember where the start-finish line is.
That's right. It's not in the middle of the tri-oval. Keselowski.
Big run coming from the 18. Oh, the 3 stepped out.
Dillon. Kyle Busch and Dillon side trouble. Car hard in the wall. 2 of them. Keselowski to the line. Caution had waved, with Keselowski the leader, and crashing are Harvick, Allmendinger, Stenhouse, Truex, Labonte, and everybody else.
Good job today, Brad. That was you, man. Managing that.
Coming back to the start-finish line, looking for the white flag. One more time around. Brad Keselowski out front. Kurt Busch running second. A big run by Kyle Busch on the outside. Here comes Kyle. Kyle in the 18. He has help from Trevor Bayne in the 6 behind him.
18-6 up top, soft behind the 41.
2 by 2 behind Brad Keselowski. The final time down the backstretch. Joey Logano trying to make the inside line work. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of turn 4. They'll see the finish line. Brad Keselowski out front. Around goes Kurt Busch. Keselowski's going to hang on. Keselowski wins at Daytona.
Thank you, guys. Great team effort today. Very proud. Thank you.
A moment ago said I ran out. They're telling him to flip that switch. Flip the switch to get him. It was fuel reserves, but Brad said I'm going to try to make it, but I'm out.
Can Carl Edwards, though, go the distance as well? So as the 2 is slow on the track, he's wobbling. He's trying to get as much fuel as he can. Coming to the white flag. One more time around, and here comes Carl Edwards. Does he have enough fuel? It's 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One. Brad Keselowski with fuel. He's got it fired up again. He's pulling away from the 19.
2 back. 2 back.
The battle for the win. Brad Keselowski, does he have enough fuel to get through 3 and 4 into the finish line? Carl Edwards right on his back bumper. Coming out of turn 4. He's going to have enough.
It's a repeat.
Brad Keselowski will win.
Checker flag. I ran out. Yeah, that was awesome.
And the white flag waves. We'll have 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. When they made that extra pit stop to tighten up lug nuts, Keselowski and Paul Wolfe had a brief exchange. It's okay. We'll get there. They are there. 19 races since Keselowski's last victory. That was at Kentucky. He's got 7/10 on Kyle Larson. But for Roger Penske and Ford, Brad Keselowski wins the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500.
Matt Kenseth and Newman going at it.
But for Brad Keselowski, the white flag waves. 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Back straightaway, pulling down on Danica Patrick. Clear sailing to the line. And in his 275th start, Brad Keselowski, Miller Lite Team, Penske and Ford will go to victory lane at Martinsville. And now coming into the tri-oval,
Coming up on 1 lap to go. Ryan Newman has the lead. Can he hang on to it? 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Logano ducking in front of the 88. Now way up the racetrack they go. Diving to the bottom. Dale Earnhardt Jr. one last time down the Talladega Superstretch. Newman has a car length in front of Keselowski as they come into 3 and 4 for the final time. Keselowski on the high side, trying to take the lead away. Side by side as they exit 4. The tricky triangle they're about to come through. Contact made. Keselowski still in front. Through the trial will they go. Keselowski's going to win at Talladega.
Here it comes. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank.
You may as well sweep the weekend. If you're going to do it, just take both of them.
That's right. Last year, swept by Denny Hamlin. This year, could be swept by Brad Keselowski. 24 career wins. Looking for career win 25. A Cup champion. But so far, the trophy case is empty when it comes to a crown jewel race. Brad Keselowski, with help of his pit crew, wins the race off pit road and will win the 69th Southern 500.
Yeah! For Southern 500 champion. Oh, yeah! Awesome! Good job, pit crew. That last stop was awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Of Clint Boyer. That allows the 2 of Keselowski to stay right on the back bumper of the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Hamlin leads. Keselowski runs second. Fresher tires on the 2 as he wiggles.
And here comes Keselowski rumbling out of the pocket, and he's trying to shut down the distance between himself and Denny Hamlin. Right now, put it at 4 car lengths on the back straightaway.
Clear sailing for Denny Hamlin. I don't know. Brad Keselowski with those new tires is going to have to work hard these last few corners. Coming down into turn 3, let's see. He dives down in there, trying to close the gap just a little bit. But you see it right there. Denny Hamlin holding his own.
Keselowski's going to have to carry enough speed in turn 3 just to stay even, trying to beat him off before. You see, gain some ground coming to you, Rick.
So much success for Penske in the IndyCar, but never in the stock car have they won the Brickyard 400. Well, the gap is closed now as they dive into turn number 1. Here comes Keselowski. Right on the back bumper of the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Less than 2 laps to go.
Keselowski is there. The question is, where can he make the move? He is the closest he's been. Hamlin slides up. Keselowski to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side for the lead here in Indy.
They touch down the back straightaway, side drafting. Denny Hamlin back to the quarter pound of 2. What's going to happen down here in turn 3? Denny Hamlin with the position, dives down in the corner, but Brad is still there. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Brad Keselowski, they touch again.
Watch Eric Jones coming off turn 4. These guys are going to get slow side by side. Keselowski with the spot. But can Eric Jones get a run and get by Hamlin on the front straightaway?
Brad Keselowski takes the lead. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Eric Jones up to second. Keselowski, Jones 1 and 2. Hamlin falls back to 3rd.
Holy cow, what a great last handful of laps we've had at Indianapolis. It's about to be the captain and Keselowski getting ready to drive into victory lane at the Brickyard. Keselowski is gone off 2.
Roger Penske has never won the Brickyard 400. 2 more corners, and Brad Keselowski is going to bring that gift to the boss man. Here he comes down in turn 3. A big lead on Eric Jones, who is a surprise second-place finish.
And not only a Brickyard 400 win, but think about the 2 car. They were pretty much unheard of in the regular season. 2 wins in a row now coming to the playoffs.
2 crown jewels. Last week, it was the Southern 500. This week, the Brickyard 400 for Keselowski.
Hell yeah, 2 marquees in a row. Are you kidding me? 5 back in line.
Larson all the way to the top of the racetrack. And now, one more time around. The final lap in Vegas.
And how about Almirola back there underneath Blaney for 5th?
Keselowski trying to keep the momentum up. He won the Southern 500 2 weeks ago. Last week, he wins the Brickyard 400. And now, he's going to be able to punch his ticket into round 2. Coming out of turn 4, Keselowski wins 3 in a row. He'll win at Vegas.
Great job, everybody. Heck yeah.
Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Oh, man, what a battle.
Last lap at Atlanta. 3 car lengths is the difference.
Which way will he go? Which way will he go? Does he go
That
high?
time, that lap, Keselowski was faster. He goes back to the top in turn 2.
I love what Brad Keselowski did right there. He went to the bottom the lap before, went to the top this time. Truex really didn't know which lane to pick down in 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was the problem. He didn't know if he's going to go high or go low, and it took his line away.
There have been 4 last lap passes at Atlanta. Turn 4. For the final time, Brad Keselowski is going to win the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500.
Nice job, guys.
Tried that a little sooner, but that 18 was right behind him.
Yep. Look at this, how much he's closing. Of course, I know we're running out of laps. The race is almost over with, but he has made a great run here at the end of the race.
Coming to the white flag, 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. 3 car lengths the difference.
If he can close on him here off of turn 2, he can maybe get close enough to him. I don't know if he's quite close enough to him to get to his rear bumper.
Took a big wide entry into turn 1, drops right down to the curb and gets within a car length, but Keselowski powers off 4 and Brad Keselowski wins the STP 500. 4/10 up on 3 wide for 4th, double file for 2nd.
I think as long as these guys are side by side, I just don't think they can get a big enough run. Somebody's going to have
Boyer.
Oh,
Boyer almost drilled Eric Jones.
Yes, he did. I mean, he had Jones in his sights and let him go.
Now Jones with the run off the top.
Keselowski is loving this. When he looks in his mirror and those guys are side by side.
yeah, they're side by side drafting. That's just opening up the door for the 2 car to do about whatever he wants. If they could get single file, maybe, but just
too late, baby.
Not going to happen.
Brad Keselowski for Team Penske wins in Kansas. Bowman 2nd for the 3rd race in a row.
Guys, way to never give up.
That was an amazing run by that team right there. Paul Wolf.
Everyone's off behind you. Good job.
Challenging. Ryan Blaney.
Oh, I saw Bowman, I think, almost get into Kyle Busch, but keeps it going.
And 2 champions to settle it out here.
Leader sees the white flag.
Next flag ends the race. Keselowski, Johnson. Backstretch, final
He's got
time.
a pretty good run on Keselowski here. I don't know if he's close enough. Brad Keselowski.
3.5.
Off turn 4 into the checkered flag. Michigan's Brad Keselowski wins NASCAR's longest ever race.
Here, they touch.
Little bump and run there from Chase Elliott.
Close.
They're up and in the wall. Here comes Keselowski and Kyle Busch. Oh my goodness.
Boy, Chase just sent it in there and got loose, took them both out.
2 to go. Keselowski, Boyer for 2nd from nowhere. Johnson 3rd, Kyle Busch 4th, Eric Jones 5th. White flag, 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank, only at Bristol.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Those tires working for Keselowski and those leaders.
He's going to steal another one.
Yeah, he is.
2 Sundays in a row.
Great job.
Brad Keselowski wins Bristol. Can you believe it?
Can't say I saw that one coming, Mike.
Let's go to Vegas, Jeremy.
And not to race.
1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. One more time around. Does he have enough fuel? Brad Keselowski. It has been the Brad and Denny show all day. Keselowski has led 183 laps, looking to lead his 184th lap. Through 3 and 4 for the final time, and this will be career win number 33 for Brad Keselowski. He's going to win at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. win in advance.
White flag, one more, 2.6. He won't get to you.
One more time around, you heard it. He won't get to you. 2.6 seconds, the difference between Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr. Mentioned earlier. It was all the way back in 2014. 6 years ago, the last time Brad Keselowski won at Richmond. This one takes him all the way to the round of 12. He wins again at Richmond.
Man, that's awesome. Set out with a goal. We got it here, bud. Thank you very much.
Side by side behind you as you take the white flag.
That's what he wants to see right now. 4 wide through the tri-oval mid-pack. White flag in the air. Next flag ends the race.
Oh no, Matty
He
D
gave
went
up on
high.
his plan. Now you got Brad Keselowski's got the heck of a push on the back of him.
The man with the plan, Brad Keselowski, has Michael McDowell in tow, and then Kevin Harvick.
Here comes a big run from the 8. Tyler Reddick's. Oh, but he's not going to push the 12. There, that's going to do it for Brad Keselowski on that inside lane. I'm not saying he's got the win. Now the 34 and the 4 got to get lined up. Look at Eric Jones.
Mile and a half to go.
We talked about right there.
That Jones boy up into 4th.
Kevin Harvick with a run.
Chris Buescher back there. He's wrecking. He's in the wall.
Big run.
17 in the wall, but here they come.
What's McDowell going to do?
Down to the finish. One car turned in the fence. Keselowski, the leader. To the outside comes McDowell, and Brad Keselowski wins Talladega as one car goes sliding, spinning, slamming into the inside wall.
Man, that was wild.
He came over here, big gamble, put it on his shoulders and did it. Left a championship contending team and organization.
White flag, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Well, Brad Keselowski is 4 corners away from getting back into victory lane. He has done a fantastic job. We knew that this was a style of racetrack, and we knew he had a good car yesterday. He qualified well, and that put him in position to do exactly what he's done today.
RFK, they're here. They're back. Both of those cars were a factor, and it's Brad Keselowski. So happy for this guy.
3 years of trying. Since Talladega, April 21, Brad Keselowski wins the Goodyear 400. 36th career win.
Ford's first win, too, by the way.
Keselowski won this race.